Hello farmers, and welcome back to Pallegney. We're just sitting here watching Frank Jr. go around in the AgroStar fertilizing the grass field, which I just finished mowing and baling and wrapping. Getting 47 bales this time. I forgot, I was like, why did I get 48? I kind of forgot to empty out the baler. So the baler's probably got some grass left in it, but getting the same amount of bales like we always do. But what we are waiting for September, but I had to get the bales done before I could speed up time, was the goat cheese. We're watching the price of goat cheese at the little farmer's kiosk down our little access road to our farmyard. And the price is still climbing. We are in, well, it's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's almost getting nighttime. I got a funny feeling I'll be delivering the goat cheese to the little farmer kiosk in the dark. But if we check the price, it is currently $18.89 and still climbing. Getting up to that peak price of $19.12 as it hit last year, but that was in January. But we're going to sell it today anyways. The store page, this is the stuff that was in there last episode. They have added now a log trailer transport, which, no, not interested in anything like that. And I haven't done any contracts in between the episodes either. Nothing really exciting has come up to make me want to say, I got to get that one because it's paying a lot. There's decent ones out there in the beginning of the series I definitely would have taken. But, yeah, for today, yeah, we don't want to be doing that. At least I've been too busy cutting grass and all that anyways. Let's go ahead and speed up time. We're going to keep our eye on the prize, $18.90. Actually, let me jump over to the John Deere because that's ready to go. I already got a trailer's worth of cheese on here. Let's go ahead and turn on the light, shall we? And now we're just going to keep our eye on the goat cheese. It's probably going to be like midnight like it always is. Why? Can we change the peak times so it's not in the middle of the night, so we don't have to be doing this in the dark? Because it takes away a lot of the excitement when you're selling it, I think. So let's sit here and wait for the best price. Like I said, it's probably going to be near midnight or something like that. Well, it's almost midnight. Pretty darn close. Now, here's the thing. You may be saying you brought us back, but the price says it's still rising. It is $18.96. Well, just a little while ago, it was $18.97. So even though this is telling me the price is going up, the actual price is going down. So I'm not going to look to see how much goat cheese I have to sell and how much it's worth. We're just going to go ahead and deliver it. So let's go down to this little farmer's kiosk and sell this stuff, shall we? We currently got 42,000 liters of goat cheese on here. So who knows? I mean, last I checked, it was $100,000 worth of goat cheese I had. So if you add the 20%, that should be $120,000. But I think that was in the morning hours of September. So we may have like $130,000, $140,000 worth of goat cheese. Actually surprised this John Deere has a little bit of an issue. Well, maybe it's not the John Deere. It's probably this road that comes in here that's a little bumpy, causing me not to go faster than 10 miles an hour. But I mean, I do got 42 pallets on here, so that's quite a bit. I haven't checked the sale page since just a little while ago, and I have advanced a lot of time, so I'll have to have a little look at that. Of course, we're looking for ourselves a seed drill, a direct drill or planter, harvester, maybe a harvester header, depending on what we're looking for. So there was $95,000 in the bank account, so that's a really good start. I don't know how many more pallets of cheese I have, but I know the spawn area is pretty well full. And let's not forget, when I get to October, I'll have another set of silage bales ready to go into the BGA, and that should bring us in like, what did I say, just shy of $70,000 last time? I guess it all depends on the day and the price of electricity and methane. So October, yeah, more money coming on in. As for my own farm work, I won't have anything to do. Grass won't get cut until November. So probably be looking at contracts or maybe doing something with the farm. I mean, it depends on what we do. Yeah, I will save our money as well because if, I'm not going to buy the land right now because I'm not going to plant until next spring. I think that is all that we have. That's everything. I mean, it's still a pretty darn good haul here. But yeah, I'm going to save my money. If I don't buy nothing from the sales page today or throughout winter, we'll keep it till spring. So I'm not going to plant until spring anyways. So no sense of buying land now and then in the middle of winter have something come up for sales. Like, well, if I had the money, I could have bought that. It's more important to me the land's always going to be there. I can always buy the land whenever I can. It's getting the used stuff in the the items in the used section when it comes up that's going to be more important. Kind of a backwards way to look at it sometimes, but that's what part of the challenge is. So we got 95,000 the first time, and now we're going to grab ourselves another 38,000. We're up to $313,000 in the bank account. I am going to grab the goat cheese, goat milk on the way down from the goat pen, because the price should still be pretty good in the morning of October, and why not make a little bit more goat cheese if we can. And maybe only like a pallet or two, but that may be the difference from being able to forward something that we may need. And that's actually almost 2,000 liters of milk. And that's only like about 60% of the goats actually giving us milk. In the future, it'll be a lot more. Let's turn the lights off there. I'm pretty sure the AgroStar is probably still going around the field. It says they are. How are they doing on fertilizing? We know they're going to miss that one spot down here like always. But we'll let them finish up. Oh yeah, the sale page. Well, no, that's a cultivator. And again, a Breedle spreader. Oddly enough, one came up for sale not long ago. And now we got another one. But that's not what we're looking for. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could use one. But I think I need my money spent elsewhere. I only got to line my field once every 3 harvests, so I can release it, every 3 years. That's fine. Morning's here, and a few items are gone. Nothing new has come up. Wait, where am I? Oh, yeah, so I'm on the wrong side. Ooh, yes, we got some pallets of goat cheese. What is the price of goat cheese? We'll actually go to here today. $19.15 it says the price is, but that's at Castelnau. We're gonna go ahead and sell it anyways. I'm pretty sure the price is still pretty darn good. I mean, it'll be good again in January, but this is what we'll sell. Then we'll hold on to the rest until winter time. See if I can back up an articulated trailer. No, we knew I couldn't. I'll be getting a little bit better. I've been trying more often to try to back it up and get used to it, but when it starts to turn, it really starts to turn. Alright, so it's almost better off not driving in the road. Drive to the side of the road. So September over, October's here. I do have the plow still leased, and of course we got this trailer, so I can lease 2 more items if I need to, but I shouldn't. But I definitely want to keep the plow because it's the end of harvest season, and those kind of contracts should be coming up. So another 11,000 quickly into the bank account. Lovely. And we'll grab the goat milk that spawned overnight, put that back into the dairy. I do feel, though, that this goat pen and dairy is going to make us probably a lot of money in the future. I mean, it's making us a lot now, and it's not even running at 100%. So, a little concerned that it could maybe ruin this series a little bit. But it all comes down to the challenge, right, of buying from the used section. I could have $1 million. Doesn't mean I can buy anything I want. All right, let's shut that off, and I'll fast forward the hour to see if any contracts are looking good. So cultivating 4,000 is not bad. That's actually a nice size cultivator. Hoeing and plowing. Field number 3, that's a good contract. We'll accept that one. I wonder if I should take that cultivating contract, because that was a decent sized cultivator. And some of them are starting to come up. I'll think of, oh, that was speeding up time way too much. Also, is it these here? Oh, yes, these are all, okay, these are ready to be put into the BGA, so I guess we'll start off by doing that before I go do a plowing contract so we can get our money on in. Just making sure it's these three right here, which it is. So we're going to be pretty close to $400,000 by the time we process this stuff at the BGA. Let's scooch around here. All right, and then this slide them off. That's what we're pretending we're doing. Get those in here. And then, of course, we'll speed up time. I'll put it at time scale of 60 as I'm loading this stuff up. Because I don't want to... I want it to go through that stuff, but I don't want to advance it too fast to where that I'm wasting time of the day as well. And I can see I got some more goat cheese already spawned. Yep, took those bales that were there, good. That's the way you want the bales to come off the trailer. Like you're just pushing them off. And then the last set. Yeah, I kind of ran out of room for those bales, so that's why they're kind of double stacked into the road. But since I'm the only one using the road, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to hear any complaints. Well, I don't know. Maybe someone has access and the rights to using the water down there by the river. Maybe they would have some complaints. All right, BGA did not run dry. It was down to about 30,000 liters. Again, this can only hold 75, but it processes the silage very quickly. And yes, of course, being processed electricity and methane, which is being sold directly. That's why you see my money going up. We're up 370,000 currently. Let me just speed up time so I know and make sure it takes all the bales. And then the BGA will just go through the rest of it at its own pace. Let's slow down time because it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. And I do got that plowing contract to get up to. Goat cheese, I think I'm just going to leave there for now. Alright, let's grab this leased plow. I was kind of hoping for bigger contracts, and maybe I should check. Maybe they have come up. Because I was speeding up time while doing the BGA. Nope, just another one that doesn't pay too well. Where is this one that I'm going to? Field number 3. Where's exactly field number 3 on this map? Okay. Way over there. Trying to get my bearings. Trying to think if I've actually been way over there yet. I'm pretty sure I must have. I'm going to go through this way to see if our AgroStar, I'm pretty sure they're finished, and I'll have to touch up these grass fields here later on. Yep, it's sitting over in the corner, so I got a little patch down there to take care of and a little grass field to do, and definitely want to take care of that before grass is ready to be mowed in November. Ignore the pedestrians, they're fine. I am going the wrong... This is the wrong access... Well, not an access road, but this is the wrong section. It's actually up here. Yeah, just going to drive across other people's fields because why not? There is a mod on Mod Hub, and I thought about using it a couple times, but I feel like I'll just get in trouble by using it. And it's called Crop Destruction Everywhere, or something to that nature. And basically, I think that what that means is if I drive over another farmer's fields, I destroy their crops. Well, of course, I would have to pay for said crops, meaning my bank account would go down. Alright, this is the field I need to plow. Shouldn't take me too long to do, but it pays pretty darn well, especially when you got to plow like this. Alright, let me speed up my cruise control. And we'll just zip around the field and get this done. Get paid. So yeah, a lot of other contracts out there, but you know, I'm really looking for the $10,000 contracts now, I think, at this point. But man, this is nice. $400,000 is going to be in the bank account, which means pretty much anything I can buy in the used section. Even like the CR11 Combine, which would be huge, because that costs like, what, 700 and some odd thousand? And usually sales are like 50% off. So that would be like 350. I would have enough to buy it. That's for sure. It would take all my money, and I definitely wouldn't need to upgrade the Combine in the future. But it would be one of those things, though, that would happen to where maybe that Massey Ferguson harvester that I leased for the yoke would come up for sale. I would buy that, and then like a day later, a better Combine would come up for sale for a better price or for more off, and I'll be kicking myself because of that. But that's the way it goes. I mean, I suppose I could sell it, but the one thing I think I'm going to try to do in the series, because currently in the game, as we know, it's bugged for repairing a vehicle. You're not getting charged for it. But what I'm going to try to do moving forward is anytime I repair something, I'm going to see what the cost was, and I'll have to deduct it from my account because the game's not going to take it out of my account. Because the one thing I don't want to get myself caught into is buy something from the used section, repair, repaint, and pay nothing for it, and then turn around and sell it later on and make a profit on it. Which is great if that could happen in real life, but being a game and we're trying to do a challenge here, I don't want that to be a part of it. So kind of the good thing with winter coming up is, of course, we'll get to zip through the winter months and we'll just be getting goat's milk and more goat cheese. But as we just saw, January is another good time of the year to be selling goat's cheese. So we'll be getting more money. And as we have seen in the past winters, I have been doing pretty well for ourselves on getting lucky in the used section. So fingers crossed, maybe that's when it will happen. Maybe that will be the day. 5% more, and this contract is over and done with. I think it was 8,000 I was going to get paid for this contract. 8,000 and change. Of course, I didn't borrow anything. This is our tractor, and this is a lease plow. And of course, we should have some more money coming in from the BGA, I think, in the next hour. Sell some electricity in that methane that we have been producing. Alright, contract is done. Let's go ahead and collect on that, but let me just, am I mistaken on that BGA? Yes, we got almost 23,000 liters of electric charge and a little bit of methane, not a whole lot. But anyways, the contract, yes, 8,655. Let's collect on that. 390,000 now in the bank account. All right, let's get back to the farm. We'll drop off the plow and leave the John Deere in the yard, and we'll hop into the AgroStar and finish up fertilizing the large grass field. And I'll probably go over and do the small one too. I'll do it while the grass is in the harvested state because it's a little bit easier to see where I have and have not been. I thought about zipping to November and doing it then, but then the grass has grown. This makes it a little bit harder to see. Yeah, I'll try to take the roads. I did say try. I didn't say I will. I said I'll try. I think this is the road I was looking for when I was going down the other one. I'm like, oh, I'm taking the wrong access road. Oh, I think I know where this comes out. This comes out by the grain/oil mill, right? All right, no, actually, it's a little bit more towards the west part. But yeah, I do know of this road now. Now I see where it is. I'm taking this road once or twice. This gets us down to our big grass field. It's been nice having this John Deere on the farm. This is the first full year that we've had it. And it's made a huge difference in getting jobs done. Gotta remember, I got the plow. I don't want to bury the plow in here because I'll forget about it. And I'm so used to having one of those on the farm. I may see it once in a while and just go, yep, that's mine. And forget that I have at least. Oh, hitting the wrong buttons there. There we go. That's what I need. Scroll back, and we'll just make sure, before I go ahead and do this, it's the same usual spots. Yes, right down here. I'm just not sure why AI will not do that. I haven't tried Courseplay yet on this. I've only tried Courseplay once as I downloaded it last week. And I've gotten kind of used to the in-game worker, which for the most part does, you know, not too bad. I definitely want to use, I should be using the Courseplay worker for harvesting. I mean, I haven't tried it yet in 25, but I'm sure it's going to do the same as it did in 22. But when the combine gets full, if the auger is on the side or the crop is in, Courseplay usually pivots the harvester to go to the side a little bit so you can pull it beside it and empty out the auger, which is always nice. Really hard to see where it's been fertilized going that way. Oof, man, yeah, the way the sun's shining, it's hard to see. But I know it's here somewhere. We'll have a peek here in just a moment. I think I missed a little piece. So I'll have to go back around. Or, no, I got it all, so that works. All right, let's go. When we're going past the BGA, we'll top off. And then once I get the grass field done, I think we will go ahead and call it a month. Of course, we'll check the store page before we go to bed. Don't want to miss out on any deals. You know, we got plenty of digestate here again. 148,000 liters, and the grass field's already been fertilized. The big grass field. This does not take too much. And those silage bales on the left, those will be ready in December. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do for this year, this next time I cut this small grass field, which is next month, November, I'm going to keep all the bales on this field as grass, but I'm not going to put them right away into the goat pen. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hold them aside for storage, and I'm going to see how far a full pen of goats, which is 179, I think is what we got. I'll see if they can get through the entire winter with this meadow grass alone. See if they can get that far. If they do, then I'll know, because by next March. Boy, if I have to go to May, then I'll need more grass bales. But next March, yeah, the meadow grass will start growing again, and as we have seen throughout the summer, that's more than enough for our goats. So who knows? I may not need any grass bales at all, which means I can just go ahead and, ferment all of the bales that we get. Yep, for how low the sun is in the sky, it's really hard to see where fertilized. But this is where precision farming would be nice. Someone may say, well, you should use GPS, but in a field this small with all the zigzag lines, I mean, it's not, let's face it, you can see it's not a square field. It's not even a circular field, it's just an everywhere type of field. It's better off just going around and try to guesstimate where you've been. I may miss little pieces here and there, but the field is so small, it's not going to matter too much on the overall yield, as long as we get the majority of it. Actually, I can see a little bit here. It's because the trees are giving me the shade I need to see. I think there's a tiny little spot right here. But that, my friends, should have done it. And yep, it's looking pretty darn good. I'm going to go ahead and put some more digestate in here, because that way, as I know, like always, when I go to fertilize a large grass field, it's not going to do it all. So I might as well have a full tank in here, so when I grab it, I can get most of the field done, if not all of it over there with one tank. I do think when March comes, I will be buying myself a shed, as I showed in last episode where I would like to put the shed, and that'll be up in our oat field, kind of on the corner, so I can start putting stuff away. And nothing new has come up, so we'll fast forward time a little bit as we run over to our hut. And yes, we did sell some of that electricity, so we're up to $400,000 truly now. And no, I don't have a loan, by the way. I didn't start the series with a loan. Not allowed to take out a loan. So the money we have is the money we have. I don't owe nothing back. Of all things, so the rice planter, which, yeah, I didn't really want to get into rice on this map. I mean, it definitely is interesting, because I haven't done regular, just rice. I've done a lot of long grain rice, but not just regular rice. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I want to get involved in that. Because then, for the specialized harvester to come up, but then again, you would have said, if the harvester came up, people would have said, yeah, now I need a specialized planter for it. So yeah, the grass field's ready, no surprise there. And, well, we got more tractors for sale. An ART. Well, we got the AR already, just not the T. And we do have this tractor here, which could be, I wonder what horsepower is in there. It can't be the 225. It is a 160. How many hours is on it? Because it's $31,000 for it. 13 and a half hours on that tractor. I mean, a third tractor would not be bad. That doesn't support a 3-point link, though, does it? On the front. It just says front weights. You can either have it as no or additional weights, and that's it. You can't have any 3-point linkage on the front. Seems like the game is throwing a lot of tractors at me, so maybe hold off on that. Let's go ahead and get that goat cheese. Sorry, goat milk. It's not cheese yet, but it will be soon. Grab the AR that we do have. I think that is the most milk I've had overnight. Are my goats, did some of my goats become mature and actually are making milk? So I usually just get about 2,500 liters. And now I have 3,000 and what? Well, almost 3,400. And I wonder if the goats, as they get older, we were talking about this yesterday on Riverview, if mature animals eat more than young ones do. No, they're just 11 months old. So they're not mature enough to give me milk. Did I forget to bring the milk down in October? I thought I did. Well, either way, I got what I got. I'm starting to think I need, I said it before, I probably need to make a road from the goat's pen and the loop I'm taking. I should make that into a road for as often as I'm taking it. Wonder what the current price is at the Little Farmers Market for goat cheese. Small Farmers Market, sorry. $16.75. That is quite low. Yeah, here we are. So we don't want to be selling that today at all. Definitely going to hold out until January. Let me fast forward this to 1 hour for a couple reasons. One, the sun will come up and make it just a little bit brighter. And two, we can see if there's any really, acceptable contracts to start the month of November. Let me see here. Not active. Looking for big numbers. There we go. 2 of them. Accept contract. Yes. And then also, there was another one there. Where was it? Yep, accept that contract. Perfect. So now that I have them accepted, they're not going to go anywhere. But what we're going to do, and I think I did this last time I got the grass, we're going to do the small field at least. And like I said, being November, these grass bales here I will not wrap. I'm going to put them aside and see if the goats can get, if the goats start to get low in the wintertime, well then these grass bales will be there to bail them out. Pun intended. But I want to say the goats eat about 10,000 liters per month. And meadow grass, they have, how much meadow grass? Oh, they're going through the meadow grass now. Okay, so yeah, they're probably going to need these bales. They're not going to get through winter. Meadow grass, wait, does meadow grass is not like grass. I think meadow grass dies in November. Yes, it's looking very brownish here. So, yeah, no grass grew for them overnight, which is kind of weird. So I guess by planting grass in their pasture and leaving it that way. I was kind of hoping they're taking the meadow grass from the grass, quote unquote. But I guess that's not happening. As some of you said, no, it doesn't do that. But I thought I'd give it a try either way. But it appears, you know, I left it as grass, and they're still taking it as meadow grass. It all works out. So yes, let's get the AgroStar behind us, trying to give just myself a little bit of room. I've been doing that a lot lately. I pull back, it says attach, I attach as I drive forward, but I drive out of the attach zone before it actually attaches, and then it does nothing. Let's see, cruise control, bring that down to 9 miles an hour, because the baler works at 10. But cruise control at 10 on this seems to go, oh, you know what, I'm stepping on the gas pedal. No, cruise, you gotta cruise in order for cruise control to work. That's the way, that's how it operates. So by the time we get those contracts done, I'll be pretty close to $430,000 in the bank account, which is just extremely good. And again, if I go through the entire winter without buying anything, when springtime comes, well, with that much money, I might be able to afford, I should be able to afford 2 of the fields next to our, what was oat field. And we'll just plant a whole bunch of type of crops. And then when harvest season comes, we'll have a lot more income coming through. And as someone, I'm not sure it's the same person that says it, but they just say plant the other fields as grass fields. And yeah, I'm making loads of money from doing the silage bales at the BGA. Yeah, that'd just be just too much grass. Yes, I would make a whole bunch more money off of it. As I said, grass is a good product to plant because you get 4 harvests per year compared to other products. But if I'm doing nothing but grass cutting, which some may say I'm doing a lot as it is, adding more fields of grass would just add on to how much we got to do. And doing different jobs is what keeps it interesting for myself, and I'm sure most of the viewers out there as well. But I'm still trying to figure out how I got almost 4,000 liters of goat's milk overnight, or in a month. Usually it's 2.5. But not going to complain. More is better. And definitely better keep all these bales. I was thinking, oh, I could probably, in the way last winter went, I thought, you know what? I may not even need the bales, actually. I think they might be able to feed off of it. But then looking at the feed trough today, it's like, nope, they're already down to 20,000 this year, so that's not going to work. Kind of glad the goats can munch on grass and hay, or hay I should say. That way I don't have to actually ted it and make hay. I'm also glad they take a bale, because when I was on Riverbend, I think I had a couple people say that their sheep/goat pen will not take bales. That might be the smaller pens, and I always tend to go for the bigger pens because I like the bigger feed troughs, so I don't have to feed them as often. But I guess maybe the smaller troughs may not be able to take bales. I'm not too sure. So just be aware that could be a thing. It's like a little obstacle course after a while, trying to just avoid all the bales in a field. All right, I'm going to try. I try this every time. I always start mowing the smaller field and just keep the worker on follow me. And I try to go over here, but occasionally, because I leave a little bit of a grass heap and it's not on property that I own, when the worker comes over, they sometimes get stuck on it. So I've been trying to avoid cutting the grass too early. I'm just going to go ahead and pull myself a little bit forward. And it looks like they made it around, so I'm happy on that. I'm going to turn that engine off right there. And I'm going to turn that off right there. It's going to spit out the bales, but that's fine. Because I literally just cut this grass just before I started recording today's episode. I was cutting that grass field right there, so I don't feel like doing it again in the same session. So again, let's see how many bales I got. Someone said I think 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're gonna go with 7. And if that's not enough, then I'll have to do the unthinkable, which is buy a bale from the store. And no, I don't have to wait for that to come up in the used section, because I don't think that would ever have to happen. Yeah, we'll just buy the grass bales from the store if need to. How much are grass bales? I mean, I don't really want to look, but it may come down to it. I don't even know where I would find that. Is that under consumables and grass work? Where do I find the bales? Is it under packaging? Category hay? I don't know in FS20. I think I found it once. Animal food. That's probably where we find it. Well, it's not there either. I'm sure we can buy bales in FS25. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. As I look up and down the sales page, I don't know where that would be. Category grass, no. Ah, there we go. Finally found it after I was scrolling category for category and clicking on things that you thought it would be in. Bales, there we go. So you can buy a hay bale, and wow, $15.36 for, is it 8,000 liters? That's I mean, it's not bad. But I mean, I'd rather feed my goats with that bale because I'll get much more goat's milk. You would think the bales would be in the category where it says animals and it says food. At least that's where I thought it would be. So anyways, I'm going to get that large grass field cut between episodes again. And I also may get to these contracts, which, by the way, is pretty close to 24, almost $25,000 worth of plowing contracts. So those shouldn't take me too long. I say me. Let's face it. It's gonna be Frank or Frank Jr. or Francine or Francesca, isn't it? Yes, it is. Probably will be. So yeah, like I said, if I don't buy anything throughout the winter, if the sales page is not, I mean, don't get me wrong, tractors are nice, but I'm looking for a direct drill or planter of decent size, because we have seen one, but it was the smallest in game. Or a harvester, that'd be great. But if not, when spring comes, Like I said, field number 34 is 133,000. This field's 188, and this field is 98. So, yeah, I'm looking at buying these 3 fields next. And as I was talking about, maybe a shed over here in this corner, which would be kind of nice, because the road kind of comes out there. And if I put sheds there, I can start making this the farmyard. And then I can make like a little road that comes up here. Then it'll connect to, I think there's a road. No, there isn't a road that comes in here. I can make a little passageway to help me get over to this grass field better than always trying to go down by the river and the woods. Be more sensible to come up through here. But of course I avoid this because if I have a crop in here, well, then that's crop destruction. So, but this is where we'll start building the farmyard. And like I said, down there, that'll be productions. And I mentioned something else before, but now I can't remember what else I said I may put down there. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, we're up to $400,000 plus. So we got the money. Just got to wait for the store to make us desirable to buy something. But that could be happening next time because we're going to breeze on through the winter. That's right, because all of our field work will be done. And being grass work, I won't have nothing to do until May of next year. So we'll zip on through. Well, our grass field won't be until May of next year, but this field I'm standing in and maybe other fields I buy will need some planting. So, yeah, we'll get through the winter months and see how our luck is. But anyways, if you made it this far through the video, congratulations. You might want to think about hitting that thumbs up button. It helps me out more than you know. Thumbs down button's there as well. You can do that if you like to. Leave me a comment as to why, but no one ever does. And if you're new here and you like what you saw, maybe you want to think about hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out more content like this. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney. But until then, have a good one. Look at that man in the cowboy hat and mustache. Handsome little dude.